Hello, Chris Stead here from Finder, and I'm on the road, this time at the Monarto Safari Park, just out of Adelaide, about an hour's drive out of Adelaide. So it's going to be great fun. I've got the 3 kids with me. We're going to go see a whole bunch of animals that are fitted to the savanna style of experience, and we're really looking forward to a good day. Okay, so one of the really cool things about this zoo is the bus. And as you can see here, these buses go right through the middle of the enclosure, and as you go, there's a tour guide on there that gives you a bit of a brief of everything that's going on. You get some really interesting facts about the animals and about the zoo itself. For example, I just found out that the entire Adelaide Zoo can fit just in the lion pen here at Monarto Safari Park. So that shows you exactly how big this zoo is and why the bus is a great idea. Look how close you can see here. The bus is just going through what, 10 metres of the giraffes. Ostriches in this pen as well. So that's really quite awesome. You get off and on wherever you want. Another one comes past 20 minutes later. So the way we're handling the zoo is we're getting off at about 5 or 6 stops that are around here. Let's go get off at each. Have a 20-minute explore and roam, see the animals, get on the next bus, hear a bit more and go to the next destination. It's a great way to do a zoo. Okay, so we've been here now at Monarto Safari Park for about 3 to 4 hours. We've done the lap on the bus, and now we're going to have to see a few things on foot. It's a very different experience to Dubbo. Now, what's interesting is that we were at Dubbo Zoo only 2 months ago, and I was a bit concerned that coming here we might be just seeing a lot of the same animals again and the kids wouldn't be excited, but it hasn't been like that. Definitely a very different experience. I just had a look at my step count. We've done about 4,000 steps, which is about a third of what we did at Dubbo. Driving around the bus around to each of the spots is a very unique way of doing it, but it's definitely worth getting up and having a look around. Sometimes it involves a bit of a walk, 10-minute walk for the cheetahs, for example, and we got there and we couldn't see them. Now, you can see pretty much everything from the bus, so there's not necessarily a need to get off. However, when we got up and went up to the rhino cage, the rhino came so close to us I could almost reach out to touch it. There was nothing between me and the rhino. The kids and the rhino is about 2 metres away from us, so that's a pretty special experience. The bus is also obviously great if for some reason you don't have the ability to walk around. A couple of buses that we saw were wheelchair friendly, for example, and we got on one of the buses. There was a big group of elderly on there, so for that sort of things, it allows people who aren't necessarily able to walk around a great opportunity to experience a zoo, so that's a big plus in the zoo's favour. There's some good talks. Most of the staff, all the staff that we've encountered so far have been really, really great. The talks have been quite informative. There's obviously very specific talks, and they've done a pretty good job in the way that they've organised the buses, so that you can go very talk focused and go from bus, get off, hear a talk, get back on, get off, hear a talk, get back on. So that's pretty good. There's obviously some experience as well. Look, like most of these zoos, they are pricey, but they're also pretty unique and cool, including the 360 line experience, which is particularly awesome. When we saw it unfold, there were lines on top of the cage and up against the cage, and people just about a metre away, so that's pretty special as well. A couple of extra things that I picked up, which are really handy being a family travelling through here, is that, it's about 30 degrees today. My youngest son, he's about 5 years old, he started to struggle with the heat, so that definitely was something that was good having the bus. And also they do school groups through here, but the schools go on their own bus. They don't jump on the bus with you, so that's really handy as well. They don't pack it out. The pricing structure is also pretty reasonable, what we expect from most of the zoos in Australia, but I've got to commend them on their family rates. You're looking at less than $100 for most families, and there's a wide variety of options there, depending on how many kids and adults you have travelling with. Monarto Safari Park isn't the biggest zoo in the world, but it's good value for $100 for an entire family. We've had a really good time here. We've spent the entire morning here and we're into the early afternoon now. And the kids have had a great time, we've had a great time. And remember, for all your travel needs, head over to finder.com.au, swing in, find a good deal on your next family adventure.